Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to another Morning Verses with Mike. I appreciate you getting up early this morning and joining me. Do me a favor as you're getting something out of these videos. First things first, please share the video and let's spread the word and spread the faith. And if you would throw a thumbs up out there, if things get going and you're really enjoying yourself, that'd be great. One last thing, please share in the sidebar a verse that is impacting you. I'm a believer that each verse in the Bible will often impact each of us differently in our daily lives, depending on where we're at. So please share a verse that's impacting you, share your faith, and share it with some of your friends. It'd be awesome. Also, you may see this little sign over, well, it's kind of over my shoulder. My wife bought that for me yesterday. It says, "Start each day with a grateful heart," which I thought was really nice. And so I made sure to stick it where everybody could see it this morning. So good morning. We're going to go to this morning, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Now, 2 Corinthians reminds us that we have to have toughness and endure as Christians and go through everything we go through with God. It's a reminder that we are all ambassadors of God. Each and every one of us is an ambassador, and we should be celebrating and promoting and sharing in Christ. So I'm going to get into the verse this morning. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17 says, "This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone. A new life has begun." See, sometimes people try to change in their lives because they want to be better people. And sometimes those efforts fail completely, even at their own standards. You know, people will try so hard, and it can sometimes on our own be so hard to change our habits and our behaviors just by ourselves. Now, sometimes certainly those changes that we want to make and that we try so hard to make, they do succeed. And when we have the greatest success rate is when we are doing that in our faith. Now, it can be hard even to change our thoughts and our attitudes by ourselves, and that's why we have to look to God. We must look to God, and when we do that, we'll achieve so much more. When we keep that faith in God, we're recreated over the course of our lives. See, this is where it really gets into the verse, and it says, anyone who belongs to Christ becomes a new person. The old life is gone, a new life has begun. I know it's that one verse. We're getting into each day just one single line of the Bible and how that can be so impactful. And so in the verse specifically where it's saying we're recreated throughout the course of our lives, God takes that old program that we've got, you know, because we get into that rhythm and sometimes it's that mundane. And so he takes that program and he replaces it with a new one. And over time, as you know, as we accept God into our lives, as we accept faith and spirit into our lives, oftentimes the things that we love and crave change. And so that program replacement that God reaches into our, not just our minds, but God reaches into our hearts and our lives and our souls, we start to develop that deeper faith and that deeper love. Sometimes as we get older, you know, it can be, I don't want to say disguised, but some people may say that we have a different wisdom in developing our faith as we age. I know I have. So the good news is, for anybody who is wanting to develop more of their faith, you can start right now. You can start today. It starts with kindness and love and sharing with other people. It starts with taking a chance and saying, okay, hey, I'm going to pick up the Bible and get into it and flip it open. You don't have to, that's the nice thing about this. You don't have to read cover to cover and feel like, well, I have to complete this whole book. I know for me, as I've gotten older, it used to feel so daunting. Sometimes I'd say, well, I'm going to go through this whole Bible and I have to be specific in this manner in which I approach my faith. And I just don't believe that anymore. You can start right now and you can start renewing your faith. And it does, as I said, starts with kindness and love and faith. And when you do that, you start to become renewed and refreshed and bathed in the light and faith and love of God. So as we're headed into this weekend, do go and spread your light and love starting right now. You can start today, right now. So thank you so much for taking the time to get up and join me early. Remember, I'm doing this every single weekday at 6:15 a.m. Some are longer than others. Some are shorter than others. I try and keep it 3 to 5 minutes. And me and my Bible. That's what we do. So thank you so much for taking the time to get up and join me. And until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.